javalis, and bhajans are presented during the second half of a Bharatanatyam marga. Padams in Bharatanatyam are dignified in presentation, highly stylized in gestural interpretation, suggestive in ideas, subtle in expression, and full of emotion, offering an uninterrupted opportunity for mime or abhinaya. Symbolically, Padams refer to mankind as the lady love waiting for union with the divine. The pieces, therefore, can be interpreted secularly or religiously. Javalis are quicker in tempo, and the music is attractive, adopting a lighter style, while the language is simple, direct, and colloquial. Devotional in nature, bhajans are communicative in their presentation. Siddhi begins the second half of her Ramakrishna with a Kirtanam, Shambho Mahadeva, in praise of Lord Shiva Nataraja, the beloved of Girija, another name of goddess Parvati, when she was born as the daughter of King Himavan, king of the Himalayas. He holds the deer in his hand, bears the Ganga and moon in his matted locks, and is worshipped by the gods of the heavens. Girija, or Parvati, resolves to marry Shiva, who is in Kailasha deep in penance. Her parents learn of her desire and discourage her, but she pursues what she wants and does not lose her commitment to win over Shiva. She begins to live in the mountains, like Shiva, and follows a life of asceticism. This draws the attention of Shiva and awakens his interest. He meets her in a disguised form and tries to dissuade her, telling her Shiva's weaknesses and personality problems. Parvati refuses to listen and insists on her resolve. Shiva finally accepts her and they get married. Born in a hunting tribe, Kannappa was a staunch devotee of Lord Shiva. One day while hunting, he found a Shivalingam in the forest. Being a hunter, he did not know how to properly worship Shiva, and he brought water from a nearby river in his mouth for Shiva's abhishekam. But Shiva accepted his offerings since he was pure at heart and his devotion was true. Kannappa noticed that one of the eyes of the Shivalinga was bleeding. It didn't stop even after Kannappa's repeated wiping. Unable to stop the bleeding, he plucked out one of his own eyes and placed it where the linga was bleeding. This action immediately stopped the flow of blood. However, he soon noticed that the other eye of the linga had also begun to bleed. Without thinking twice, he placed his right toe on the linga to mark the spot where the second eye was bleeding, and then prepared to remove his remaining eye. Moved by his extreme devotion, Shiva appeared before Kannappa to stop him from plucking his second eye and restore his vision.